And welcome back uh, on my first Let's Play in Farming Simulator 2019. I'm very excited for this Let's Play, although I do have to say I already discovered there is some bugs in the game. Of course, it's just there's some issues with the key mapping of the controllers. There's some issues with the, I believe it was with bills. But I'm so excited for this game. I can't wait actually to start and have fun with the game. As I told you guys before, we're gonna start off with a game. This is gonna be my first game also, with a start from scratch. You're starting, your capital is very limited, and you don't own any land or equipment yet. The economy is tough, prices are low, gameplay elements are on the most realistic setting. Now I thought you would start with 0 money, so that'll basically set you off, just like we did in Farming Simulator or FS 2017, where we edited the save file to get no money and to really do the grind. But you start off actually with $500,000, and you can take a loan for, and you can, with the loan you can increase it to 1 million. I'm gonna go for a Ravenport map because I think it looks more realistic. It looks less clean. Places are a little bit raggedy. I think that's how a farmer should be. And if you click continue, you end up in a character creation menu, which, you know, there's not too much over here. It's okay, I guess. I did install some mods. These are all mods provided by Giants. There are basically some items that were also available in FS 2017. I especially like the Hurleyman. That's the truck that I always started with. But we'll see. Also, we have the Mahindra Retriever. It's provided as a DLC, but I think everybody got it. It's just a great way to get from A to B, to explore the map. This is all fine. Now, secondly, I have cut my coffee here. Very important, because the grind is gonna be harsh. Start. Now, I did go through some tutorials, but most of the stuff is pretty new to me, and I must say the visuals are different. It gives me the kind of an Arma 3 feeling. And now it says you only have enough money to start a small farm. First buy some land, buildings and necessary tools, then sell your products and expand your farm. Now, I have been looking into this map a little bit, and it seems the game wants us to buy this plot of land here. Oh wow, we can buy them separately. So if you buy this part of the land, then you'll have a much easier, it's easy to set up your sheds and your houses. But you don't have to do it. You can also buy this one. And as you can tell right or straight from the bat, you just buy land, not the field in itself. So that's kind of different from FS 2017. Now, I'm not the only one probably explaining this, because there's already loads of people that went through the game really quickly, even before it was released. I've been looking at some videos from Arthur Chapman and Daggerwin, but basically this is all new. So we can see there's a big loop going on here with the rail track, and I've noticed in the videos from other people that there seems to be some silo capacity that's not necessarily yours. So I guess that's the train station, or but that way it seems we don't have to buy silos straight away, because we can maybe make use of the silos in the train station. Now, the contract system is pretty new. I'll make some mistakes along the way. I'm not sure how the system works here, but it seems that you can bring your own stuff, and that way you can reduce. Just let me use your own equipment or lease equipment for reward reduced by. Okay, so if you lease the equipment, you have two options. You can lease the items or accept the contract. So if you lease the items, then your reward is reduced. But it seems pretty fair, because reducing this by 4,000, I mean, nobody happens to have two of these cotton harvesters at the ready, I guess. So I think it's not too bad. Also, I noticed on the videos that probably your stuff will spawn, if you lease the items, your stuff will spawn at the shop. That way it becomes very important where the contract is at, because if it's on field 4 like this one, you have to drive all that stuff over to field 4 and back. So that makes it a little bit more of a grind. Now I've also seen some people having issues with contracts not refreshing. We'll see. I hope they put up some patches straight away. Now we should definitely give my save game another name. This is gonna be Raven start from scratch. We're gonna start off real time. Stop and go, braking off, automatic engine start off. This is because we have the hard setting. It's kind of start from scratch is kind of a hard setting compared to FS 2017. The plant growth is slow. Periodic plowing is required. Now I did read that not all the fields need plowing. There's only certain crops that need plowing. I don't know if it's true, but we'll see. Crop destruction, lime required on weeds. That's a whole new system. That's different than compared to FS 2017. I've seen the tutorials, and I've also seen the weeds spawn in the crops, and it's really cool. Now basically this is all familiar if you play a lot of FS 2017. Looking at the map, I think most of the interesting stuff for us now is located on the southern part of the map. So my initial plan was to start a horse farm. I think it's really great. It's a new thing in FS 2019, so I definitely want to check it out, and I think we can do it with not so much of a startup cost. But the only problem I have is actually you need a house. I'm not sure why you need a house, but in this game a house is $350,000. So if we only have 500, I think we can all imagine that we live somewhere else and we drive up all day, and then we don't really need a house at the beginning. That will probably save us a lot of money, and maybe I think the trick now is to maybe do some missions, maybe start up some contract work, explore the map, and maybe we can find a place which is cheaper to set up the horses than just to buy this land. I mean, the fields up here, we don't have a harvester to get the crops out of the field, so we need all this stuff to work the fields, and we don't have the money for it. So it would be best, I guess, if we just buy a cheaper field and go from there and just do a horse pen and maybe just only buy the foods. I was checking at on the baling section, or the food you can buy at the shop, and you can just buy the food from the horses. We'll have to do the calculations to see if it's really profitable. But I've seen somebody buying a horse. I think it was 5,000 investment. He sold it for 50 after a lot of training, so I guess makes sense to, this is about a 10-day time span, so I guess it makes sense if we just buy the food in the beginning. But now the trick is where to set up a horse spot or a horse pen. This is the ranch over here, which we definitely cannot buy. That will be a perfect spot, but the most cheapest fields up here are maybe field 14, 15. We'll have to look and see, but I guess I will leave this land alone for now and just go to the shop. Now, I don't know if I told you guys before, but I have this farm sim, Logitech, SciTech Farming Sim G controller. It's just made for Farming Simulator and it works fine, but they still have some issues with the buttons, so bear with me if I'm struggling with the buttons. Straight up. Oh, there's a train actually driving itself. Now this is for most people in this world, that's no problem, but in FS 2017 we could only drive the trains ourselves, so it's kind of, as you can tell on the top right hand corner, we have 500,000 in the bank now, and we can get a loan up to 1 million. So actually the best thing to do now as an investor is not to go farming whatsoever. I mean, milk prices are bad. I mean, it's hard work. Why should you do it? So best we could do is read a book of Warren Buffett. He's an investor in the USA, and just learn how to do the stock market and just be rich. But and just don't, you only need a computer, right? But we cannot do this in this game, unfortunately, so we'll have to do the big grind and have to, which is actually, you know, some people, they might like to have a fast-paced shooting game, but I like just go slow, and I think we're gonna go for the pickup because it really looks really cool and it's cheap. We'll stick with the white one, I guess, and this is gonna be a first item from the shop. Wow. Now, looking at the menu, I can tell that my pickup has a maintenance percentage here, and I noticed that when I go over in the menu in the screen, there's no maintenance fee here on the info, so you kind of have to figure it out from buying it. This is kind of interesting. And also notice that there's no dents, or I'm very interested to see if when I'm gonna use this car a lot, then if there's gonna be dirt on there and bumps, and then when I do the maintenance, is it gonna be clean? I don't know. Well, this looks great. I think I'm gonna go explore the map a little bit and come up with a strategy on the horses, and then I'll come back. And so I'm back. I'm just at field 20 here. I've done some exploration of the map. It seems this is where the big farming is going on. These are the big fields and the biogas plant over here. And actually to set up a field over here, or wait a sec, over here is going to be difficult because it's not flat. Now, if you've seen some videos already, you see that the price will go up if the terrain needs to be reworked in order to get the buildings on there. So this is not going to be doable, but this would probably be one of the cheapest fields out there. But down here we have a small field which is already planted with grass. That might be useful for the future to feed the horses with hay. This is behind the restaurant, close to the shop, and yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this field and we're gonna try and build a horse feed over there. And as I told you guys before, we don't have any money for a house, so we'll probably, if we want to be a farmer, we have to sacrifice a little bit. So we probably have to sleep with our parents or buy. And we're a proud owner of this field 20 and the land behind the restaurant. And straight away, let me just, there's one thing I need to show you guys which I discovered. I thought I just bought a regular truck, but watch this. Now, and that's why I'm really glad I got this truck. So let me just try and see if I can get a different menu. Horse paddock. Well, I think we'll start with a small one that provides us space for 8 horses. We have the money. Now I'm curious to see how much will this cost me, because there's no way of telling now the real cost of this, of the flattening of the. It doesn't say there needs to be some deformed. I think we want to put it in a place where we still have some grass field left in order to play with. I guess this would be fine. And there we are. Wow. You see the birds up there? That's great. Gonna open the fence? No. So the horses need water, which I guess playing FS 2017 for a while, I think that will be easy. Oat, that's a new crop for me. And hay. Now hay, you can get it with the grass. Just dry it up. But if I understand it correctly, if you put honey and hay in the food bins, then the horses will grow faster. Unfortunately, we created a small kind of a bump up here, and this seems to be grass. It gives you some information down on the bottom right hand corner. Ready to harvest, fertilized 100. So that's what we got as a bonus for buying the field. I don't know if it's gonna wither, but I mean grass is grass, so I guess we have to buy some equipment. Yeah, let's do that. Let's buy some equipment. We'll go over to the shop. Actually, we should make some kind of an entrance road here, but yeah. We don't have the money, I guess. Now I put the dead zone of the SciTech controller all the way from 14% to 2%. Now the steering wheel is behaving much better. But it took me a while to figure out that if you go into the menu, you have to press X and then go to your steering wheel controller. I'm not sure if we have to take out the loan, we'll see. Yeah, I'll take out the loan just to be sure. I don't want to get into too much debt in the beginning because I'm not sure how fast I can make money. So we just take it slow. Now we definitely need an old big bag as a food. Now we can apparently we can also lease it, but I'm not sure what's that all about because I'm just gonna buy this one for 1400. And in order to get a hay bale, we probably have to buy some bales. Square bale hay, square bale, round bale hay. This is 4,000 liters. This is also 4,000. Doesn't matter. We'll just buy a square bale hay. Which will set us back 650. So I have to take into account that I have to write down all my investments afterwards and do the numbers and see if we're gonna make a real profit on the horses. It's all pioneering at the moment. Now this one is too heavy, we cannot lift it. This one is also too heavy, we cannot lift it. So we need some equipment. And I think I'm gonna go with a cheap solution. And the cheapest, we have several options. We can buy a tractor, have a front loader, but it's gonna set us back maybe 100, 150. So I'm gonna go with a real cheap option and just keep it slow. I think this will be sufficient. And you know, the shop is not too far away, so we can just drive to the shop, get a bale piece by piece. It's okay. Now we could try and lease it. That would set us back $350 a day, but it will leave us with a little bit more money to buy some horses, some extra horses. But I think in looking at the budget, we're gonna be fine. So I'm just gonna buy this. And next thing, we need some equipment in order to move the pallet and the hay bale. That will be under skid steer loader, I guess. This would fit on, I'm gonna double check because in going from scratch, we don't need to make any mistakes. This one is called the L218. Down here you see it fits with the L218. So we probably need a shovel in order to clean the trough of the animals. But I'm not sure if we can also use this one. Well, we probably have to buy the bucket anyway. Then we need this one, and then we need a hay fork, a bale, or a bale spear in order to get the hay bale on the food trough. And yeah, that's basically it. So that will set us back a little bit over 5,000. Now, do we want this color? We can choose here. A red color? No, we want this color. Do we have extra options here? No. This looks kind of... That was a stump grinder. Okay. That's if we want to get the roots of the woods of the tree cut and just create fields. We're gonna go for high dump bucket, which is more expensive if I can remember the old game. We could even lease it if we want to be real smart, because you know we're not using it that much, and well, it's okay. So this is the minimal setup. Well, almost, because once we get the farm up and running, we still have to get the horses down here. Now we can either choose to get it delivered, which would set us back a little bit more, because we have to pay the animal dealer, or we can just consider buying a what's it called? Horse animal. I saw a big master horse, which will set us back 16,000 again. But as we are gonna move the horses for some time, I think we'll also gonna buy this big master western, which we can customize apparently. I want to have it get it a white color also, because we have the white truck. Not too white, just the same white. Is this the same white? I'm not sure. Well, I think this white is sufficient. Yeah. Let's buy it. Then we have also, we need some water. Yeah, let's not forget water, which we can actually, I think, move with our car. It has a 200 horsepower car, and maybe it's gonna be a little bit tilted when we put on a big heavy tank of water, but we'll find out. That's how it went in oh, we got a big water tank now. Oh, that was much needed. And you can do some diary with it. Still have to figure out the symbols. Oh, it's so exciting, this new game. Okay, I'm gonna buy this water wagon to transport the liquids. Joskin. I like the detail on here. This looks like really metallic-y feel to it. Okay, so that should be it. There's a New Holland L218. Now the detail on here, I can just about make up all the signs, and the detail is pretty good. It's not that much of a difference compared to the other game, but the light effects are different. This is a more metallic look, which has the, is that the European signs up there in the back? I'm not sure. Probably there will be some complaining on the forums from American people, or is this an American sign? I'm not sure. Wow, okay, great. So let's see if we can, how much we have left when we, I mean, the horses are 5,000 a piece, so that should be fine. Let's repay this loan. And we're left over with 41,000 in the bank, which sums up the expenses. Construction costs 133,000, and the land 227, and all the setup vehicles to set up a horse farm is probably, it's just under $100,000, so that's okay. And we don't have to pay any interest at this moment. Now I hope horse is gonna be profitable. Yeah. So I'm gonna go back to you once I set this up. Now guys, I found a water source down at field 24 at the place where you're supposed to start a farm. Looks like a big hose, and it seems to be it's free water. I thought I was just about to go to check if we had free water on the lake just to the east, but then I came up to this place, and now I completely filled my car. Maybe that's not a good idea because we'll be heavy on the front, but we'll see. Also, I have to tell you guys, the vehicles respond a little bit more realistic than FS 2017. I have to really pull the metal all the way down just to get it moving. It feels heavy, it feels more like a real car. Used to be that if you just pull down the throttle, you'll just go like a rocket with a car like that. But now it's I think it's a good job on the vehicle behavior. So I'm just about to water my horse pen, and I came up with another problem. I don't seem to have to see a place where I can see how much food is in the paddock of the horses. I just put a hay bale in there and nothing happened, just disappeared. So I'm not sure what's going on. Let's see if it's the same for the water. So far so good, we're not tilting too much. There's a water tower also here, but I haven't checked if there's also water in here. Aye, we're stuck. Aye. Oopsie. Okay, we can move. Nope, it's not moving. That was not so smart idea. Let's try and reverse this very carefully. And we're gonna try and go through here. I think this is a waterfront. I have no clue. I put the seat bag over there, nothing happens. Not sure what's going on there. So how do I... It doesn't seem to say that there's an unloading option. First, of course, select the water truck and then... Oh. So the water should be over here then. Okay, or is it unfold the car? No, it's not unfold the car. So I have to start and figuring out what's going on here, and I'll get back to you once I figured it out. Now I've been looking at some videos of Silly P trying to enter the water in the paddock, and what he does is actually he has a horse inside, and then you can check your animal stats and you can check how much water it has, etc. So I think at the moment now I don't get any option like Mr. Silly P unload the water into the paddock. So I'm just gonna try and buy myself a horse, and we'll go from there. Maybe two, and then we'll see what happens. Now look at the tire dirt now, that's really great. I'll get back to you once the horses are here. Okay, so now when I get the horses, the hay that I dropped into the bin, it just disappeared. So apparently I have to get a new one. But now I get some stats up here, and it says we have no water, and it says you can actually now unload the water, so that's fine. Oh, that's it. Okay, it's not too much water. Okay. And I guess we have an actual horse farm without any food. So I'm curious to see now if we can get this food going. And I'll put some hay, and then that's our farm. And if you look in the top right hand, we left over with 31,600 on the bank, and I think we'll try and grow more horses, maybe do some missions afterwards, but we'll just keep it for this episode. And you can check out farmsimhobby.com for more information about the game. I'll be posting up information about the vehicles and about some stats. And see you next time.